What's up everyone, Dr.D here, and in this video we're doing a breakdown on Trip Machine Evolution Challenge, requested by Quickman. He's been a patron for an extremely long time. I thank him very much for his patronage, and as a token of appreciation, I'm giving him a request breakdown. So we are going to be breaking down this TME challenge, hooray! Now he said that it's one of his favorite tech charts, and has a lot of uncommon step patterns. It's absolutely true, that's undeniable, and it's an 18 that trips everyone up and everyone needs some help, and I couldn't agree more, and I'll do my best. I still haven't AAA'd it, though I think mentally I could AAA it, but physically I can just never get it. Especially now after my leg, but that's neither here nor there. So we're going to just jump right into it, and we're going to jump right into it by literally jumping right into it. Oh, I didn't even plan that. Ah, man, that's a great pun, and I'm quitting my day job, becoming a full-time comedian. Okay, so yeah, the only way we can start this is we're probably going to have to do like a 5-minute dissertation on how to get the first jump, but I don't have that kind of time, so I'll just say for the first jump you need a jump. My tip for the first jump, put it on 1x. There you go. Ta-da! Thanks for coming to my TED Talk. Okay, so let's actually be real here. Let's look at how Chris does it. So, wow, in the first second he gets it. So, from here's the chart, and he got it. Okay. I guess I'll start by saying that the difference between expert and challenge, and yes, you must remember it, is expert starts with an up-down, challenge starts with a left-right, but both technique can be used for both of them. So how do I do it? How does Chris do it? Well, Chris is definitely doing some of the things I do, and this is the kind of song that starts right away, so you can see that he pushed the button some time ago, but he's already in the stance. He is ready to play, and he's doing something I do. So look where his foot is right now. He's using the metal above the left and right arrows. He's doing this so that his pressure right now is off of, you can see him lifting up the pressure. The pressure is off of the arrow right now, but we are within millimeters, well maybe an inch at most, off of the panel. And the secret is, my secret is, it's almost like this is at least better than the Tohoku jump. The Tohoku jump is completely, you gotta have to memorize when it is and how to jump on it. This one you do have some visual cue. So my secret is what he's doing. Put your feet on the metal plates here. Get your heels ready to slam down, and as soon as you see a visual cue, start throwing it down. And it should be good enough to get it. So that's what you want to do. If your reaction time is faster than mine, and when you see a visual cue and you jump, and you end up getting early perfect or great, well, congratulations, you have better visual timing than I do. In that case, just adjust to what your visual timing is. So if you know that you have to wait till you saw the visual arrow to be there and then slam down, do that. If you think it has to be halfway then slam down, do that. Just learn, the only tip is put your feet on the metal and slam down at the same part every time that you play it, and you should get pretty consistent at it. So there we go. One step done. 667 to go. Alright, now we have to talk about the second arrow. Yeah, we're going to be going pretty slow for this one. What about the second arrow? It's not really easy to tap out a beat for this. And as once again, Chris, he copies me because I played the song before him, so clearly he copies me. I'm pretty sure he's just visually timing this as I would. So you're not really seeing him tapping. I wouldn't tap. You just slam down. Hopefully you get a perfect or a marvelous, and then just wait for the movement and go. and now we can start keeping the beat. So that's how we're going to start it. So visually time the first one, so, and then as soon as you got that, visually time the second one. And now we can start. And I think that's probably too loud, so let me turn that down. Okay, we should be good now. So, okay, we are 2 steps into a 668 step chart. Alright, anyone else? Okay. Was this the most recent Trip Machine remix? That's a good question. I believe so, actually, now that you mention it. No, wait, no. Depends if you count Zack's Nano Glide. That was also released during the X3 era. And since then, yeah, I guess so. Okay, so let's just, all this part's actually pretty simple, so we're gonna go pretty quickly through this. First trick here, and you'll see Chris for sure. You know, you can cheat the rounds. Yeah, you can cheat the rounds. And that's too loud. Okay, now here's like where the real chart starts. So for this section, you're going to want to make sure that you are right foot dominant for what's coming up. So not right foot dominant, but you can follow out the pattern. So we're going to follow out the pattern. So let's look at it. So follow that out, scream it out. Nothing here. Left foot, nothing special. Definitely want to double step these. Nothing special. Nothing. That's fine. Okay, now is where it gets a little bit tricky. Okay, so the way that I practice this, so here's my practice method. You do want to be looking at a slower speed to be able to see it. So the problem with the first one is if you do follow out the pattern, so left foot for the left, then right down, you're going to want to hit that one here. Now, you want to get in the habit because it's easier to switch on the 8th note double step than the gallop pivoting. So you want to make sure that you're trying to hit this with your left foot, so then you can actually go into this very smoothly. If you hit this with your right foot, it's not the end of the world, but you're going to have to swing around your left foot to get it on top of here. Let's see how Chris does it. Okay, so here's that pattern. Oh, Chris listened to me, you see? He made sure that he hits that with his left foot, so then he can immediately go to the left foot to the right foot. You see? Me and him think alike. Alright, you're definitely going to want to play that out normally. Play that out normally. This is just annoying, but not the end of the world. Just make sure that you're just you're keeping your center of mass low. You want to keep it low. You don't want to like really be throwing around your body at this point. You want to just keep it low. That's the other tip here. Just really minimize your movements. I remember when I first started playing the song, I had so much trouble, but when I just decided to start conserving more energy and just being a lot more deliberate with my stepping, I improved so much. And but after a short time, if you're a higher tier caliber of player, you should be able to PFC the entire intro, and I'm considering this whole thing the intro. So you should be able to PFC it, and if you're at least someone who can, PFC 15s and 16s, you should be able to full combo this, at least a great full combo every time. So just make sure the footing is right. Okay, that one's a little bit awkward, but because this one you have to gallop and then immediately use your left foot to gallop there, and then swing your right foot. This is a double step here. You have to swing your right foot back over here to finish this up. Alright, nothing special, nothing special. Okay, now, oh my god. I can't believe you're asking me to teach you this song. You think I'm good at it? Do you think I am? I know what to do. I'm not good at it. Alright, what combo is this? Like 195? Alright, let's see how Chris does it, because Chris is Chris. And let's go ahead and slow it down. Slow it down. Slow it down. Okay, sorry. Okay, so I'm gonna play it out here, normal speed, and then we'll look at Chris. So, left foot, right foot, left foot, right foot, left foot, right foot, and then we cross. Let's look at it again. So left foot, right foot, left foot, right foot, left foot, right foot, and now we cross. So left, right, cross. So just if you can remember how to start the triplets, that will be the first step to making sure you're least positioned. Okay, we're here. This is like one of the most iconic parts of the song. It's the make or break to show how good of a player you are. If you can combo this, you got my respect. So what do you want to do here? Let's look at how Chris does it, and then I'll tell you how I do it. So he's going like this way. So he's going left foot and crossing over. And he's staying crossed over here. Very important to note, he is staying crossed over. Normally, if you read a pattern like this, most people like this. In a way, this is like breakdown, but to obscene levels. So it's kind of like that. You can apply that. All right, but once he got, let me play a little bit more. Alright, so this whole section. So right here, the difference with the difference. Okay, I'm trying to think about the best way to explain this because there's three things going on. There's the actual chart, there's how Chris does it, then there's how I do it. I'm trying to think about what's the best way to break it down. Speaking of which, who's all in here? Oh yeah, Eric has a great advice. Just watch Kevbo. Kevbo had a great video of him how he does it. Let's analyze Chris first. Okay, so we saw how he did that section. Let's just recap it. So he's left foot, he's facing right this entire place, and then he uses this part, and you have many opportunities here. He's choosing to switch on the down, but no matter what, you want to switch your body to face left. So for this whole section, he's left, but then once he gets here, whichever one you want to use, so he used his right foot and then he hit two of them and then he immediately switches so that he's facing left. But this is actually where I would disagree with Chris. Ooh, I would disagree with Chris because I don't think it was necessary for him to do it. He probably just has some kind of a mental block there that he feels a lot more secure doing that. Because in fact, you could have just stayed crossed over. Although, albeit, it is a little bit weird to immediately go from that to double stepping there. I guess that's what he's trying to avoid. That's the only thing I can think about. He wants to make sure he finishes on a right so he doesn't have to double step from the down hold to the left arrow. It shouldn't make a difference, but like mentally it does get a little taxing, so I wouldn't say you shouldn't do it per se, but it's not necessary. That's a better way to say it. Alright, so once again he's facing right for the up crosses and the downs. And then last time he changes to left. And he'll finish it out that way. Okay. So, now let me tell you how I do it. So, should you do it Chris's way or should you do it Dr. D's way? Well, this is where this poses a very interesting question. So, there's really no denying that Chris is arguably the greatest player of all time. He's the GOAT. Everyone knows that. And you should think that emulating his steps is, how should I say, the ideal way of doing it. And that's a good argument. However, I would pose to you that you might not be there yet, and if you want to have some progress as like intermediate progress, you might want to try it a different way. Because I've always found that the most advanced tech that I've built up it starts small and then it goes intermediate and then it goes to the advanced. If you try going immediately to the most advanced, you might find yourself struggling more. So let me tell you the alternate way and my suggestion of doing this whole part. So I'm going to slow it down just a little bit. We're going to go to 75%. And we're going to play it, so all this is not crossed over, so we're not going to spend too much time here. So here is where the magic happens. What's up with YouTube? Come on. Come on. It's being annoying. Okay. So when we get to this section right here, we're going to actually cross over. We're going to start facing left. We're going to turn, I'm pretty sure left for you would be that way, but for me, let me help demonstrate this way. I'm going to be facing left. My whole body is shifted left right now. Fine, I'll just do it how you guys can see it so it's easier for you. So, we're facing left, right? Now the reason why we want to face left is because we're literally going to be in this position the entire time. And this makes things a little bit easier. Well, yes and no. Let me just play it out. So if we're starting left, the right foot, right foot, and then we... What are you doing, YouTube? It really does not like me using 0.75 and stopping and going, so we're just going to go full speed. Okay, so starting there, 218, we're starting with our right foot on the left. We're staying crossed over, still staying left, and even this part. So we're still staying left. We're never changing this position. We're locked into this position. We're minimizing our movements. We're just trying to tap the insides of the arrows, the panels, and you're trying to hit the jumps and immediately get back to a crossing over position. You have to be comfortable here, and that's why I argue doing this is a little bit better, because if you're constantly, he changes like 3 or 4 times, like left to right, left to right, left to right. You're not feeling secure. You don't have enough practice because you're instantaneously, you're just there for a second, then you're shifting your entire body weight, and then you're shifting and shifting. It can be a little overwhelming and hard to master. Where if you stay right the entire time, and then even here, you stayed right. Sorry, why do I keep saying right? You're staying left. And even when you finish the jump, so it's like ups, and downs, right? And then you can immediately start going back, not changing your position. And then, yeah, this would have to start with your left foot, and this would be your right foot. And then by the time you get here, you can just, you don't have to do anything because you have to hit the jump. So, but then once you finish that, hit that right foot, and then we're once again facing left. We're never changing left. We always want to be facing left in this section. And it's the same thing. And then this is the hard jump because you hit that with your left foot, and then you have to like swing your left foot to the down. It's a bit tricky, but if you get that, it'll be a lot easier. Alright, so that's how Chris did it. I showed you his way, and I told you how I would recommend getting into it. And I think that if you follow those those tips, you might find you're going to get a lot more better at the part. Because a lot of people, like, I know how I used to went into this. I didn't have a plan. I would just try to react to what I see. And if you just try reacting to what you see, you're going to have a bad time. This is a section that you have to have a plan going in. If you just go in there willy-nilly hoping to get something, you're not going to do it. You're going to feel frustrated. You might even like move your legs in an uncomfortable way. You might injure yourself. There's a lot of problems. You don't want to go down this road, okay? Go in there with a plan. If you want to take maybe Chris's advice, go for it. If you want to take mine, great. If you want to do a hybrid of mine and his, perfect. Just have a plan. No matter what, if you approach this with a plan, you will do significantly better than if you're just trying to read what's coming. Because then you're going to be like hitting your left foot here and then just trying to like double step that. Come on, what is that? You're not going to double step that. Yeah, sure, maybe you can combo it, maybe you can get a good, maybe you can get a great, but can you get a marvelous and a perfect on those two? Probably not. If you want to really try to get that marvelous and perfect for all 3 of these, you gotta cross. There's no easy way around it. So it's a technique you have to practice and get good at, and the best way is to get comfortable, and I recommend getting comfortable by staying in the same position so your weight is remaining the same and you get comfortable, and then you're practicing the left-sided crosses in all directions. And yeah, that's my advice. If you follow that, I think that you will get a lot better at this section and you won't hate yourself so much the next day. Well, I think I'm talking about different things. Okay, let's continue. We're like halfway done. Not even half. But a lot of this we can actually skip over. So I'm going to like kind of go for a long time because this is pretty easy for a little bit. Okay, that little bit is over. So at this section, I'll be very brief here. So gallop that, foot switch that, and I think that Chris does that, so that should be easy to. Come on, Chris, go a little faster, please. Yeah. Yeah, we saw it. He foot switched. Whoopsie. So yeah, gallop, foot switch the down. Pretty simple. It makes sense. And then yes, you must cross this over. So left foot to the right foot cross, double step, jump. I know it's a lot to take in, but you gotta do it. And if you're already struggling with just that, stop now, because the rest of the chart does not get any easier. Okay, once again we can do the same thing. Gallop, foot switch, and then the right foot to the left. And then once again, double step to the up, jump. And here you have an option. I would recommend, you know, the good news about this song is you can kind of exploit the facing left. And the reason why I prefer facing left is you always know that how many times I talk about the right foot dominant, the right foot dominant, the right foot I've said that probably a billion times on my channel by now. And whatever I mean by that is like the power position. Your right foot is hovering over the upright, your left foot is on the left down. This is the right foot dominant position. Left foot dominant position would be left up, right down, respectively. I like facing right dominant. I feel a lot more powerful in this position. If you're a left foot dominant person, then apply what I teach you, but make it work in that position. So the reason why I'm mentioning this here is because we are right foot dominant here, as in like we are in the facing left position. And when you finish this jump, I don't want you to change that. So even though you hit that jump, I want, if it's a little more advanced, you could hit this with your left foot and then go to the right, left, right. But if that's a little bit too hard, just hit this with your right foot, but then immediately swing your right foot over here so that we're staying in the left, right dominant position so that our body is used to it, because we just did that for this section right here. And then try to keep it there. Otherwise you're going dun-dun-dun, dun-dun-dun. It's a lot more moving around. It exerts a lot more energy, and I'm not saying that this way is easier, but I'm saying that for an intermediate step up from probably where you currently are, that's a lot easier to manage. And then you see, because like we can still be right foot dominant for this kind of stuff, right? This is all right foot dominant stuff. This is not right foot dominant. Well, it could be if you start left foot on the. If you start your left foot here, you could still remain right foot dominant. So this entire section, if you, and you know, like mentally and physically, it's always a battle when you're playing DDR. It's like half of the battle is keeping your mental focus and your physical focus. And usually if you can turn off your mental, you can go higher on your physical. If you turn off your physical, you can go high on your mental. Like this is like, if they're 50-50, it always equals 100. You can put 90% physical and turn off your mental, ITG, or you can put 90% mental and like 10% physical. So more times that you can turn off like mental, you know, neediness, is that the best way to say it? The more physical you can attribute to this, to the chart. So why did I say all that? Because if you can just remember that literally this entire section just face left, you don't have to think so much about, oh, but which foot goes where? No, no, you're just facing left. Just approach every step as if you're facing left. And if you can do that and you can remember that, you don't have to focus so much using your mental power in this section. And then we can focus a lot more using our physical power. So this entire section we are staying, so starting after here, starting with this, we are facing left. Facing left. Facing left to cross that over. Even facing left to hit your left foot there and go there. And now we get to the really, really tricky stuff. Ah, boy. And definitely the up-down jump to the gallops are the hardest. I don't know how people can consistently do this. I'm going to show you how Chris does it. It is kind of how I do it, but he does it so much cleaner than I ever could. So let's look at it. So yeah, I mean, you can look at how Chris, so if you want to, I'll play through so you can see how Chris did everything. But keep in mind my advice. So like, you know, I said face left for all of this. And you're going to probably see Chris like going left and right. So he's still in the right foot dominant position. But there, see? Now he's going to the left foot. This is a left foot dominant position. He's kind of more left foot right now. This is right foot. Left foot dominant. Left foot dominant. And yeah, see, he's going all over the place. And that's fine. If you're that kind of level and you can do that, great. But at the same time, if you're trying to get to that level, you need to take that intermediate step. So I recommend the intermediate step is basically this entire section. Try to stay right foot dominant, facing left for any crosses. Even if that means starting crossed over, it'll help you out by turning off your mental power so you can focus on the physical. Okay, is that the jumps? Yeah, okay. So the secret here is you're going to want to jump. You want to kind of hover your toe above the left arrow for the jump. So the first one, so take a look. When you jump down, he does the same thing that I do. And then you're going to, so your heel is going to, so this is your up, this is the up arrow. I know that it's mirrored, so I hope you guys can bear with it. Hit it down. But your heel is up. This foot's completely planted, or just toe. It doesn't matter. And your toes are over the left arrow. So jump, slap. That's what he's doing. That's what I do. Jump, slap. So slap. And then once again, now this time we're going to put our toe down on the up arrow and our heel over the right arrow. So that's our jump, and then slap. And then repeat. So jump on the up, toe over the left, jump, and then slap. And the good news is, if you can master this, it's actually one motion. Dun dun. Dun dun. Where you don't really have to do dun dun. No, it's more fluid. If you can just jump down and then naturally let your toe fall later, it'll just work. And you have to maybe play around with it a few times to find out how you can get it better, but you can do it. So surprisingly, this can be mastered. I have not mastered this. I know how to master it, but I have personally not mastered it. Chris has mastered it. Okay, so yeah, just looking at it again. So jump, toe, jump with your heel on the down and toe over, and then slap it down. Jump with your, did I say heel? I said toe and then slap it. Jump with your right heel above it and slap it. Jump with your left toe above it and slap it. But here's the bad news. This fucking thing, this fucking thing, this fucking thing, this fucking thing. I know I'm swearing, but I can't help it. I cannot tell you how much I hate these three notes because we don't have a choice. I kept telling you we want to be left foot dominant. We want to be, facing left. We want to be right foot dominant. This breaks everything. This breaks everything. Chris knows it too, because even as good as Chris is, once he finishes that, he needs to wrap his whole body around to get that. It's annoying. It sucks. Everyone hates it. I hate it. But that's the only way you can do that. Okay, technically not. If you're just trying to combo it, I will give you one out. You could just... Okay, I'll tell you what. If you want to just combo it, if you're not going for, if you don't want to completely like break your back or hurt yourself, and you're just like trying to get something for it, do the same technique that we're doing here, because these two notes are the same as the next two in that triplet, where you're slapping it down and then your heel is hitting here, and then you can hit it down. So you could slap this one, and then your heel hit that one, and then your left foot hits the down. This is not what you should be doing if you're trying to PFC it, but if you're just trying to get a full combo good or a great full combo and you're trying to save energy, I would recommend doing that. Right foot to the heel, right foot up to heel, right foot right, and then hit the down. So that would be my suggestion for this. But if you're going for the high score, you have to swing. After you do this, you have to swing that left foot that just hit this to this. Okay? There's no other way. Okay. Whew. I need a drink. All right. Whew. Okay. Alright, and then we got like a very short break, but this part is all facing right, left foot dominant. All of this is facing right, left foot dominant. And then here. So let's see how Chris does it. So he does the same thing, but this one is a lot more difficult. Actually, whoa, he doesn't. Interesting. So he's just a beast. He can go for it. He plays it as it should be played, if that makes any sense. But we want to cheat it. So the problem is, cheating this up is a lot harder. So this is what he's doing, but I'll tell you what I recommend. When you are hitting this jump, we're going to hit our heel here, our right heel here. So his heel would be here, and your toe should be hovering over the up. And we're going to exploit what we just did before, but this time heel. So this foot's planted, heel, and then slap it to the up. And we can use that up to jump if you want for the next one. But he's a beast. He just goes for it naturally. And then for this one, congratulations, you have a choice. Which one do you prefer? If you're right foot dominant, then I would recommend... That is not the right button. If you're right foot dominant, I would recommend hitting this foot down and your left foot toe here and heel slap down on that down arrow. And then the next one is a repeat, so I don't need to explain it again. And then finally here. And this is either the easiest part or the hardest part. And the good news is I have good tips here. The reason why is, well, I'll play it and I'll tell you what to do. Isn't that fun? Okay, so why would it be easy? It's a very complicated pattern. It looks very difficult. They're all step jumps. This is basically like Sumidagawa on steroids. But there's a trick. And I'll tell you the trick and the good news and the bad news. The trick is, well, the good news is it makes it a lot easier. The bad news is you're going to be using a shit ton of energy. To do this section, I jump for everything. For example, you know that the next one is a left, just a single left, but you could make this a jump and then an up left jump and then jump down here and then we have nothing. Do a different jump. You can do the same one. If you don't know what to do, do the same one. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. And then just jump it out. So if you can do Fascination and Eternal Love Mix Challenge, this should be a walk in the park. Even Fascination and Eternal Love Mix Challenge, free tip, you can jump for all of those. You don't have to step jump. It's a lot more tiring, it takes a lot more energy, but it's easier. It sounds contradictory, but if you understand, you know what I mean. Like, mentally it's easier, but physically, you know, that's that mental versus physical battle. Mentally it's easier, but physically it's going to cost you. But if you're better than me, as in like you have a lot more stamina, this is definitely the way to go. And then there's some eighth notes here. I mean, there's no tips I can give you here. You just gotta fucking be a beast, okay? You gotta be a beast. I got no tips, okay? You gotta have energy. You gotta have stamina. Keep your feet close to the panels, and you gotta be a beast. But then once again, we're at jumps. For all the singles, you can still do a jump. It'll be a little more mentally easy. But for all that... Alright, now, there we go. This one we have to cross, and, well, we have to face right. Do we have to? Actually, you have a choice. If you finish this in a certain way, you could immediately go to the left arrow with your right foot, and then you don't have to face right. But normally, and I believe Chris probably faces right. Or I mean left, should I say. Yeah, he faces right. So he plays it how you should. This is the correct form to do it. And these gallops are a lot faster than you think. Brum, brum, brum. See, that was my hard part, getting used to that. I always thought that they were just 16ths. Dun, 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 dun. No, they're brum, brum, brum. And I'm not sure how that sounds through the mic, but listen to it. It's a lot faster than you think. You can actually probably kind of jump. You can do like a delayed jump. Dun, 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 but it's incredibly fast. Like really, really fast that you should almost just be jumping. If you're trying to do like this, dun, no, you will be wrong. They are much closer than that. They are much closer than this. You can see it. Look. You see how far away those are? You see how far away those are? They're 30 seconds. You know, oh, you can practice if you go play Suguru, but that's only 165 BPM. It doesn't hold a candle to this. Alright, let's see if you guys are saying anything in the comments. Yeah, I believe that they are 30 seconds, yes. And it's a visual gimmick, but if you understand how the music is going, you should be able to do it. But they're 30 seconds, but for all intents and purposes, it's almost like a jump. It's not a jump. If you do a jump, you're not getting two marvelouses. I promise you that. But they're so fast, you should more associate it with a jump than you should associate it with a gallop. If you think of it like a gallop, you're probably going to be getting very slow perfects and greats. Okay, now we're going to wrap it up. We still got 160 some odd steps to go. And it does not get easier. Most of this stuff is just being a beast, though. And for the most part, there's not... there's definitely a few tricks. Okay, I'm just going to go through it. I'll stop it where I need to. There's at least 2 or 3 more big tips I can give you. Play this normal. Normal. Okay. This we can implement the one trick. Believe it or not, that's like the same thing. It looks very different because there's freeze arrows, but it's what we already practiced before. If I can find it. Yeah, here. See? That jump to that. Hey, take a look. That's the same thing. So here's the first trick. You're going to want to do that, and then this is a bracket jump. This is a bracket jump. This is a bracket jump. I don't know what you got to do to make yourself remember this, but this is a bracket jump. Use your right foot, only your right foot, to hit this jump. That is my tip. So this is a gallop. Yeah, did I just blow your mind? Yeah, this is a gallop. This is a gallop. Just make sure you're planted on the right arrow when you're finishing this step. So, bum bum. You're going to use your 2 feet to bum bum and hit this gallop. And since we are already in this position, dun dun, we're going to do the opposite now. This is a gallop with 1 foot. This is 1 foot. This is 1 foot, gallop. This is 1 foot. Your left foot, and then hit it. You need to do this. Okay, technically you don't need to. I don't think Chris does it. Let's see how Chris does it. But come on, Chris is a beast. We already know that. So Nope, he does it my way. Haha. Suck it. So yeah, you can see him. Oh yeah, that's a very good illustration. So jump, and then just like we did before, slam down for the 16th note. But does he do the others? Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, good, Chris. Yeah, I actually didn't even remember watching this part from Chris. But yeah, he's doing it. So he's hitting this as 1 foot, and then it's a gallop. He even goes down there, probably to help him position for the next one. Because, and you can see the force. Just look at the force. You got to make sure you trigger both of them. And on some stock pads, it's pretty hard. So you're going to have to go hard to make sure you trigger them. But yeah, this is a gallop. So yeah, that's a huge tip. When I learned that and I was able to implement it, my score for the song like immediately skyrocketed like 10,000 points. So this gallop, and guess what? It does it again. So let's play it out a little bit. Alright, pretty straightforward. Start with the right foot. Now this one's a lot harder, but it's still the same principle. So we've done this before with the up down, and then hovering. Your heel is going to hit it. Your left heel is going to hit this, and your left foot toe is going to hover over this, and you're going to land and slap. Land and slap. And make sure you're right foot dominant. You're facing left here, because the next stream starts with your left foot. You must make sure that you do this, because I know that there's a bit of a tendency that maybe you finish this pattern. And keep in mind, you're going to be reading a faster speed, so you won't really get the heads up. But if you finish the pattern, you just want to make sure that you're starting with your left foot here. And we lost the sound. And okay. Alright. Here I would recommend going back to the right foot domination. Hey, 573, nice. You're going to want to start this one crossed over. And I would actually probably be cheating a lot of this. Like whenever I saw these kind of jumps, I'd probably just bracket jump them. And then right foot for that one. And then here's the last time that we need to do that gallop jump. So this one is absolutely another gallop jump, just like the first one. Just like the first one. So gallop jump this, and make sure you are staying facing left, because you're going to want to immediately cross over. And see, I have a feeling that Chris probably crosses this and then switches sides. Let's see if I'm right. No, he doesn't. Alright, good, Chris. Yeah, you definitely want to make sure that you are staying crossed over to hit this one. So right, left, right, right, left, right. And then this, you gotta be a beast. The pattern, you can read it. I don't think there's anything I can do to break it down. You can read it, you can do it. It's just, it's fucking hard. This one you must finish crossed. So this one does end with a crossover, because this one you have to go into a cross. You cannot start this with your left foot. Do not try. If you start this with your left foot, okay, what are you gonna do over here, huh? What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Huh? What are you gonna do? You're not gonna do anything. You're not gonna do shit. So make sure that you hit that jump, and then your right foot starts here, because then we have to go crossed over so that we can actually get into this pattern. And that's just, you gotta be a beast. You gotta be a beast. And then we get at the final section. So the final section, I also tried to stay with my right foot hitting this one. Yeah, it's counterintuitive, but if you don't do that, you're gonna be going left, right, down, and then you're gonna have to do this last one crossed over, where if you try to force it, so after you hit this jump, your right foot's here, but you swing it over, so you're gonna double step and swing it over, and then do the jump, and then this, personally, it's easier for me to hit that. Otherwise, you're gonna be facing the other direction, and it's a lot harder. It's easier to start crossed over and finish normal than to start normal and finish cross. That's my personal take. Let's end it by showing you how Chris ends it. Oh wow, he double stepped that? Really? Did he double step that? No. No, he didn't double step that. No. No, he didn't double step it. Okay. But he had to immediately go back. Yeah. Yeah, so you finish with your right because you have to go into a cross pattern here. See? It's fast. You gotta be a beast. You gotta be a beast. And yeah, so he does what you should technically do, which is go this way, and then when you finish going crossed over. But that personally is a lot harder. You know, just look at the movements that he's doing. That's pretty tough. Where if you can force it, just try to do that one with your right foot and cross over, and then start this one with your left foot, and you're done. Oh my god, I did it. Oh, I did it. I broke down Trip Machine Evolution Challenge. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh man. I need a breather. Damn. Alright, what do you guys think about that? That was like a 25-minute breakdown. Jesus Christ. But that should give you a lot of advice. Okay, so we gotta wrap up this video. Quick Man, thank you very much for that request suggestion. I hope that helps you. I hope you know how much you just killed me breaking that down. But seriously, you've been a huge supporter for all these years, so I hope you enjoyed this. Thanks for submitting it. Thanks for being a continued patron. And thanks for watching, everyone, and peace. Hey guys, thanks for watching this video. Be sure to leave a like and a comment down below. If you like what I do and want to be notified whenever I upload or go live, subscribe and hit that bell icon. If you really love me, consider pledging on Patreon to enjoy exclusive benefits. Lastly, keep the DDR discussion going by joining my Discord community linked below. Thanks again, and peace.